Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Akuban Nights. Not shenanigans, Faye. We all know you'd rather be playing shenanigans than Akuban Nights,
well,
but
I'm sorry,
you can't.
It really is the flagship show on your channel, so, you know, shout out to shenanigans. If you don't know what that is, check out Neal's channel on Saturdays. You're going to love it. Great.
Or you can go see what Faye does on Saturdays instead of shenanigans. Secrets of Salt.
Because I'm not on shenanigans, and I have to find other things to occupy my time with.
I've been sort of debating playing shenanigans, but I'm like, would that get weird?
Why would that get weird?
Because, like, it would be weird.
Why?
Because I'm already on this show, and if I was on shenanigans. But it's a different character, but it would still go across the streams, man.
Don't cross the streams. It'd be in the same region. You might even be doing a quest related to Akuban Nights.
The door swings both ways.
You know, we've been trying so hard to get to Berkshire and meet the shenanigans cast. But
you haven't even tried. You haven't even tried.
There was an attempt. We were busy. We need to get back.
There was an attempt.
All right. You're in the palace. No, you're not. Sarah and Maya have left on horseback to go to the gate, the north gate, to see what's up. Meanwhile, Sammy has angered the kennel master who is threatening to sick the palace dogs on him and rip him to shreds with them.
Is the kennels in the palace or outside the palace?
In the courtyard outside the palace. Between the palace and the wall. Yeah.
Is this like in the vicinity of the area that's being like turned upside down looking for people?
It's on the opposite side of the palace as the stables. The west side has the stables, the east side has the kennels, or vice versa, you know. One of those arrangements.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so Maya and Sarah, you get to the north gate. Let the music stop. There we go. On horseback. And the guards are there, and they see you, and they sort of just like wave you on through nonchalantly. And when you don't go through, they stop, and one of them turns to you and starts in Drakissian, being like, "Oi, mate, aren't you gonna go through the gate?"
No, we're not, mate. We have questions for you. On behalf of the Queen.
He straightens up a little bit. He hears your highfalutin accent, the seriousness in your eyes, and he goes, "Oh, well, half the Queen? Who the fuck are you?"
Princess Maya of Akuban.
I say gluten tog in the back.
Fiancé of the prince.
Fiancé of the Princess marrying a Akuban wench?
I'm sorry. Did you just say I'm gonna get down from my horse and just walk up to him?
No, ma'am, your highness, I apologize for my companion that steps in another guard.
I'm sorry. I could have sworn you said wench.
The
but
captain.
Surely you wouldn't dress a princess like that.
I guess not the captain. The lieutenant on duty steps forward, and she says, "I am sorry, your highness, about my subordinate here. Pay him no mind. He is low-born and low of mind. I don't know how he got this position, and he may not have it much longer."
Already forgotten. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I am here on other business anyway. That's not important at the moment. Later.
Did you ask them about the carriage?
Doing it now, sister.
Why is this taking so long?
Because I just got horribly insulted.
Do we need my spear?
Sister, I'm busy. Give me a minute. Right. Hi. Have any royal carriages come this way
Yes,
last
ma'am.
night?
Absolutely.
Last night?
Oh, yes. I've been on duty since sundown.
You didn't happen to see who was driving the carriage? Any distinguishing marks?
Two gentlemen? No, two women driving the carriage, ma'am.
Two women, right.
Two women. They look to be palace guards, actually. In their uniforms, weapons and all. They seemed in a hurry. We didn't stop and ask them anything.
Right. Interesting. They may have been involved in a kidnapping.
Palace guards? Involved in a kidnapping?
Indeed.
Outrageous.
Stole a carriage, kidnapped someone, took off with it.
Well,
This is, of course, confidential information that should not be spread around.
at this point, you notice that a couple of the other guards are definitely paying attention. There's people standing in line to be like frisked and checked as they come in out of the city. A couple of them are like,
I would have mentioned this quite quietly.
sure, but like, you know, there has been an altercation and you're fairly important looking and this is an officer and, you know, everyone's being a rubbernecker. Everyone's like trying to hear what's going on and see the commotion.
Like, this is, of course, confidential information and should not be passed around.
Right,
I'm
of course,
sure
ma'am.
would not like it.
Of course.
Yes. So,
Well,
interesting.
they,
Did you say what way they headed?
the north. They didn't say where they were going. It was the first person through on my shift.
What time was this, approximately?
I came on duty, early morning, late night. You know, sun's not out. Can't quite tell exactly what time of day, evening it is, but you know.
So the early hours of the morning, then.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. Maya's taking notes in a notebook, just like, fascinating, right, okay. All right, sister, I'm going to say in Akuban, I'm going to quietly go up to her and be like, sister, so the carriage has come this way, driven by 2 female royal guards, and headed north. I think we're on the right track, perhaps.
So we should follow the carriage, you think?
It seems like a good idea. We should probably wait for Sammy, though.
Right. I mean, a royal carriage would be easily spotted by lots of people, right?
Yes, but I think we should have Sammy with us just in case. He's quite useful.
Yeah, of course. Where is he anyways? What's taking him so long?
Should we send a runner for him? I think we should send a runner for him. I'm assuming there's still a few guards lurking around with us.
Yeah. No, the palace guards didn't come with you, but these gate guards, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, in that case, I'd be like, you, run to the palace, go fetch Prince Sammy of Akuban. Tell him he was requested urgently at the North Gate.
They hop on a messenger horse and bolt for the palace. Meanwhile, back at the palace, Sammy is arguing with... I've already forgotten his name. With James.
Don't worry, I've sent help.
And as you're arguing with James, a couple of guards come around the corner, led by Michael. And Michael is pointing at you and shouting in Drakissian. And the guards march on over and then realize who you are and come to attention before you. James, the kennel master, who you're still touching, goes, "Hey, oi, guards! This bloke! Get him out of here!" And you can't understand what the fuck the guards are saying, but they say something back to him, and he's like, "Really? Really?" Of course, yes. Excuse me, my lord. How can I help you today?
Before that, an apology, perhaps. Looking him dead in the eye.
Yes, that's right. Unleash your inner Maya. Set fire to him.
Maya's taught me some stuff.
Give me a charisma check, Sammy. You're not inherently intimidating.
Yeah.
Sorry, my lord. I thought you were just some weirdo. Clearly I was wrong.
He's a special weirdo.
Just an Akuban.
He's a rich
Prince.
weirdo.
There will be
Rich
words to your
weirdos are
superiors.
eccentric.
So about that bloodhound.
Right. Scrappy? Scrappy? He calls over a dog.
Aww.
Oh, Jesus, are you giving us fucking Scrappy-Doo?
She gets Scrappy. It's
Scrappy
great.
Doo.
Fuck Scrappy-Doo. Fuck him.
Scrappy Doo's best.
Well, it's better than the
Better than
uncle.
Scooby.
What's the uncle called? He's the worst.
Who's the uncle?
Yeah, what's his name?
Isn't Scrappy Scooby's nephew?
No, yeah, isn't Scooby the uncle?
No, yeah, but
What is
then
Scooby's uncle
Scooby
name?
has an uncle.
Scooby-Dum.
Scooby Dumb?
Ruby-Doo?
Fuck, man.
Scooby's family tree. Scooby Addicts.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Doobie-Doo, Dixie-Doo, Grandpa Scooby, Great-Grandpa Scooby, Horton-Doo, Howdy-Doo, Ruby-Doo, Scooby-Doo.
Howdy-do.
Scooby-Dum. Is this Scooby's cousin? Oh my god, Scooby-Dums are awful.
Interesting. But yeah, I hate Scrappy-Doo because he's just really fucking annoying.
Oh my god, there's a Spooky-Doo and a Whoopsie-Doo? And a Doobie-Doo-Doo? A Doobie-Doo.
A dartboard filled with stupid names to come up with this. Did they just get really drunk and come up with
I posted this in chat.
Somebody came up with a whole bunch of names while they were
There's
really
Scoobretta D.
Scoobretta D.
Scoobretta D. Oh my god.
But I feel like Whoopsie-Doo is probably my spirit animal.
I don't know. I like Doobie-Doo. He looks like an Elvis singer.
You've got more names than I do. Where are you getting these from?
I got a whole family
I'm
tree.
happy we're having this discussion while Bud is being abducted and tortured somewhere.
Oh, that link is not going to work.
We have the cousin. Do we need this one? What about the one with the funny hat?
That link doesn't
I feel
work.
my brain cells dying.
Yeah, that link isn't going to work. I'm sorry.
God, Neal.
Blame Neal.
Neal
There
is
we go.
responsible for all bad.
All good things? There we go.
There we go.
Dada and Momsy do.
There's a Yankee Doodle Doo?
Yeah, the
Oh
Yankee
my
Doodle
god.
is one of his really old ancestors. It's great. Oh my god. Doobie-Doo. Alright.
I can't work under
Oh.
these conditions.
Scooby's full name is Scoobert Doo.
Oh my God.
Scooby Doo.
Scooberta.
Yeah, Scooberta. It's great.
Dixie Spooky.
Okay, all right. Okay, you get Scrappy.
Alright, and I take the reins and
It's called leash.
no.
You let the dogs out?
Just gonna wait for the dog puns to all come out. Then I'm just gonna take my hand off him, and then no one can understand what I'm saying. I can't understand anyone else. I just walk off.
All right, you walk off holding Scrappy.
I guess I go back to Bud's room, see if any words come back from Demlaw, and then if not, like try to start trailing, Bud's scent.
Sure. So it takes a few minutes for them to get there, a few minutes for the rider to get back. You had to go up there. So around the time that you're looking for Maya and Sarah is when a rider will come on in through the gate, and while they're speaking Drakisian, they're still calling out, Sammy! Sammy! Hey, Sammy!
I go towards the shouting.
Yes, you arrive, and the gate guard goes, Herr Sammy! And then yells at you a bunch in Drakisian. You have no idea what he's saying. He's gesturing rapidly.
I literally just do this. I was like,
he just motions for you to come with him and hops on the horse.
Nod,
and you're gonna have to keep track on foot behind him. I guess you're small enough that he can pull you up on the horse, and the dog will run beside you guys. Yeah, you can run in the streets.
All right. Is he not like on a leash?
Yeah, but he can run beside the horse.
In the streets, Scooby in the sheets.
Scrappy in the sheets.
Scrappy in the sheets. There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay.
Still.
A little bit later, the party is gathered forth by the front gate. Just 3 of you plus these guards. It has been an hour and a half since you woke up, or since you've had breakfast and noticed Bud is missing. He's been gone, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours.
I'm sure he's fine. They've probably only tortured him a little bit.
Sammy, here is a bloodhound tracking guide. I put it in Twitch chat.
Oh my god, really?
I have it ready to go. I made it 3 years ago, and I've never used it.
I thought you meant just like pulled from Google. No, nice.
I have my own bloodhound tracking set. I spent a lot of time researching this.
This is good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the three of you are assembled. Go.
So, brother, yes. We believe he was taken out of the gate sometime in the early hours of this morning on a coach crewed by or driven by at least 2 female guards. I'm assuming that would be Fran and Jan. We can probably guess that Bran was inside the carriage with Bud, possibly? And, yes. I think the next step is to track down the carriage.
All right, good.
Why have you got a dog?
For tracking. I figured
Do you have some of Bud's items?
I have some items. I'll get them out when it's appropriate.
He's got stinky butt clothes.
Plugs or clothes?
I'm sorry.
Clothes.
Okay, good. I'm just checking.
Yeah, I went back to Bud's room to see if there was anything we missed, and I was gonna start tracking to see if this lead didn't pan out. But if we have if we know what direction they were going, I guess we can start tracking from here.
Yes, we just have to hope that this is definitely the right way to go. We should also let the Her Majesty know that where we're going and what's.
By the way, communication with these people is just. Next time I something done, I'm gonna ask for your help, Maya. Just
Certainly,
these people are hard to deal with.
You just have to intimidate them a little.
All right.
Don't be so racist. I'm nearly a Drakissian.
So you guys head.
I'll sort of write off a quick update and send it off with a courier, sealed.
Perfect. All right. You can head on up. It is about 15 miles on the road to get where you need to go.
Can we get a horse for Sammy?
Well, I guess I shouldn't say to get to where you need to go. To the next stop.
I just conjure one since I realize we're going.
Yeah.
I'm going to start tracking these mana in case it ever comes up.
It will be important. You head north. The road only goes in one direction. And there's only one town at the end of the road. There may be some like farms off to the side, actually. There are probably a few smaller farms around. How would you like to deal with the outlying farms versus the town at the end of the road?
Probably stop off and, ask if anybody's,
Probably ask people in the fields, right? If it was morning or really early morning, farmers are up very, very early usually. Mm-hmm. So ask people who we can see working in the fields, I guess.
Sure.
Also, if there's any taverns or anything, then there's always that old guy that sits outside the tavern and watches the wheel go by. And
the people leaning outside, right on the window, they're like,
yeah, ask old women because they know everything.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Ethel, she saw a carriage come herring through. Oh yeah, and he ran over Mildred. That kind of thing.
Ran over Mildred. Oh God. All right.
Carriage drivers these days should be a law against it.
So
I was landing a donkey and we cried about it. Sorry.
So you head along the road. You stop asking people, and for the first 4 miles or 5 miles, there's nothing. But when you get to the 7 or 8 mile mark, sure enough, there's a little posse of old ladies sitting outside of a tea house on the side of the road, sipping tea and chatting amongst themselves. That you stop off to talk to, and one of them speaks up, saying in Drakissian, "Hello there, sweetie. How are you?"
Ah, good day, good mother. We are wonderful, thank you. Actually, we're wondering, do do you often take tea here in the... well, would you have heard? Okay, we're looking for a carriage that probably came through here possibly fairly quick early this morning.
Oh, yes, dearie me. There was a big fancy to do coming down the road.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Clocking maybe 15 miles an hour. Could have killed someone.
Goodness me. Did you see which way it went?
Hold on. Sorry.
They went north. They were going to Fendon.
Going 24 kilometers an hour. How? That could have killed somebody.
The UK does miles per hour, Neal.
Yeah, we do miles per hour.
But Germany doesn't.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What would you say?
You are British. Oh, nothing. Right, yes. So, which way do you think did it go?
Well, dear, you see the road? It goes from the south to the north, and they were going that way, northward.
North. Okay. There's no turn-offs or small villages or
Oh yes, there are. Yes, yeah.
Right. Do you think it went off down any of those, or you didn't see?
Not a carriage that size. It's what we call a double wide out here. And it's because its tracks are so wide, none of those side passages will work. They don't have carriage ruts, you see.
Oh, I see. I see. Makes perfect sense. Thank you for your wisdom. Yeah, okay. So, right.
Right.
Thank you very much for your help. I very much appreciate it. Please allow me to.
What's going on?
It's a matter for the crown. I'm afraid I can't tell you.
Oh, come on now! I'm about to die. You might as well tell me.
I'm afraid I can't. It's a matter of great importance, though. You've been incredibly helpful. Please allow me to
kick it in a couple of weeks, and you can't satisfy an old woman's curiosity.
Going down on the table and just be like, "Your discretion is appreciated, my lady."
Well, I never. The young ladies these days always thinking that they know best and that us old folk can't keep a secret. Why? Huh.
I'm gonna get back on my horse and just be like, "Have a lovely day, madam."
Lovely day to you too. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the tea.
So?
Baya?
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. The carriage went north. Apparently, it can't fit down any of the turn-offs, so it would have gone straight north.
That's really cool information.
God, they were nosy.
So north towards Fendon?
I believe so, sister.
That's the place with all the thugs and the pirates, is that right?
Is that right?
Brother, you're the one with the map.
I'm pretty sure.
I have a map. I didn't.
You're the geographer.
It's Scrappy.
I like this dog. It's a good dog. Ow, it's got very sharp claws, though. Thank you. Control your dog, bro.
I have a map. It doesn't tell me where the pirates and the thugs
No,
are.
I'm pretty sure somebody mentioned it before. Because it's in my note.
You have a good memory, sister. A good memory.
Yeah, I have a people memory. I don't have a people face, but I do have a people memory.
You do.
That's not gonna be good for us or Bud.
Well, I'm sure he's alive.
Well, let's get going. If they did this under the cover of night, or then, they're probably sleeping through the day, maybe?
I'm sure he would have been handed over to other people, right?
Yeah, you kidnap a royal prince, you just take a nap in the morning, it's fine.
That's how I would do it.
I mean, these three guards obviously came up with the plot on their own and they aren't working with somebody else to destabilize the throne.
Absolutely not. It was their own idea.
Either that, or he just chatted up three palace guards and has gone off for a quiet orgy or something.
Well,
I mean, it is Bud.
We'd better get going and make sure the trail doesn't run cold.
Yes. I'm going to keep an eye on the road for like carriage ruts or carriage tracks.
I mean, there are ruts in the road that go in one direction.
Has it rained recently?
What is the weather?
Yeah, it was raining yesterday. A little bit, not a lot, just a soft
So there
shower.
would be fresh double-wide carriage tracks going north, right?
Well, they're in the ruts, you know? Like, the ruts in the road, all the wheels go in the same ruts, and that's how the ruts form.
But, you know, how can I put it? If it's freshly rained, then the mud would have been churned up and you would have had, like, fresher tracks. And then sort of like, as it dries out, they get ground down again and, you know, the ruts sort of smooth out. And then as it rains, you get fresher ruts and things.
Yeah, there's little piles up on the backside of the road. Mm-hmm, totally.
Sounds so convincing.
Well, it
anyway, Neal's not a carriage rut expert. It's fine.
Is Maya?
No, but I spend an awful lot of time traipsing around in mud, staring at footprints and things.
I'm also gonna be on the lookout as we ride north because there is a chance that, you know, there's an ambush for us as well. Because what are the chances that we're coming looking, right? Might as well get rid of all of them.
Could have also taken Bud off to one of the side villages while the carriage rid on and disposed of.
Perhaps we could get some guards to search the side villages while we head on to Thingy Bob.
Too far to just send a message, Sammy?
A few miles. Sammy checks his messenger spell. Mile per level, 6 miles. Which is like a hex, I think.
Mm-hmm. Each hex is 5 miles.
About a hex away. So I could message anyone in the capital right now.
Are you gonna?
I mean, I was like, I thought Sarah was like asking, and then to see if I should or could.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sarah's not telling me if I should or could.
You continue on the road then until you arrive in Fenden.
I'm going to send a message to. Really rude to send a message directly to the Queen. I'm gonna send a message to. Has Klaus been involved in any of this?
Nope.
Why don't you send it to Prince Hottie Pants?
Prince Hottie Pants. I will find Prince Hottie Pants with a messenger, with a pigeon. No, a dove. A dove. And I will say.
For the wings of a dove.
Is there a limit to how long I can do this?
Cuckoo, motherfucker.
Let's see. Just that. Probably a minute's worth of text. So I say, carriage has gone north to Fenden. It's possible they could have taken him to one of the nearby villages. We're headed to Fenden ourselves. Have some guards check some of the, well, to have the guards check the side villages.
And you're sending this to who?
Captain Hottie Pants, Prince Hottie Pants.
Prince Hottie Pants. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Your bird goes off and flutters away, hopefully delivering the message.
Keep your bird away from our man.
And yeah, it's going to look for him for the next hour. It should be relatively easy to find him.
All right. You guys continue along the road until eventually you reach the end of it. There's a bridge that crosses the river into this town of Fenden. Window?
Before we go in, Is it wise to go in as ourselves? Should I disguise myself and just have a look around?
I think we should let the local guards here know.
If this is a den of thieves, then the guards are all bribed, and it doesn't help.
Well, that's true, but if they are, then they can be bribed with coin themselves.
Why don't you two go in and cause a distraction and actually ask questions, and I'll see what I can snoop up. Zach.
Because we don't speak the lingo?
Oh yes, that's true.
I can ask questions, but, you know, if anybody answers, that's the thing.
I could cause mass panic, but, you know, I don't think we want that right now.
No, no. I guess I could disguise all of us.
I don't think we need disguises, unless we're all going together.
Okay,
I mean, they didn't recognize you people at the Royal Palace. They will have no fucking idea who we are.
That's a good point.
They've kidnapped our brother. They obviously know who he is. You'd think they'd have at least some idea what his siblings look like.
It's a good counterpoint.
Those three maybe, but the rest of the entire city won't.
Good counterpoint.
There's such a thing as descriptions. I mean, we're not exactly low-key.
Good triple counterpoint.
I'm always low-key. Maybe if you weren't always dressed up like this.
Look,
I can look as inconspicuous as I can.
Well, maybe
myself.
you should disguise just.
That's what I offered to do in the first place, sister.
sisters,
What?
we're looking for Bud. Maya, you're best at this. What is your plan to find him in this village, town, city? Neal?
Town.
Settlement. Well, I think that we should go in disguise at least to begin with, because if they spot us coming into town and they have the ability to, they will immediately move Bud somewhere else or try and kill us.
Okay. Do you think we should be together or apart?
Well, I think since you two can't speak the language, we should probably be together. I will disguise us. Hopefully I won't roll like shit.
Well, I have this bloodhound. It should get us somewhere.
Indeed, yes, that would help. That would definitely help. With my investigation skills, the bloodhound, and you know, you two tagging along, everything will be fine. We'll find him in no time.
All right. Well, let's take 5 to 10 minutes.
A dick sometimes.
Oh, she did find anything in the stable, so you know, Sarah just remembers that. She's like, oh yeah, right. Her investigation skills, I got it.
Okay, my disguise skills, your eyes, we'll be fine. Sammy can do some magic at some point, I suppose.
You know, disguise me.
All right then, let's be having you then. Where are we? 3 separate rolls, or just one roll?
Well, you just do one roll for yourself, and then we'll do one roll for a visual disguise on the others. But part of disguise is not just looking the part, but mannerisms, methods of speech, all that fancy stuff.
Oh, God, oh wait, 21. That's not. Oh, my rolls are awful today then.
Paint me like one of your
They're
Drakissians.
not bad, but not amazing.
Paint me like one of your Drakissian girls. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I like
All
it.
right.
I'm being disguised as a Drakissian, so I don't stand out.
Yeah?
Right?
And
I didn't say girl. Faye said girl.
Maya,
I thought you made the Drakiss like the Titanic.
I made the reference. I'm not gonna be disguised as a girl unless that's gonna help.
okay. And for our purposes today, you're just trying to look like what? Not Maya? Are you trying to look like a Drakissian? What is your objective?
I'm just basically going not Maya, inconspicuous, sort of blending in somewhat.
Okay. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Anyway, you get to the bridge that crosses the river. There are a pair of guards, well, maybe a trio of guards, standing on the bridge. And as you start to roll in, one of them, puts a hand up and gets you to bring your horse to a standstill, and approaches you and goes, Welcome to Fendon.
Right, good afternoon.
What's your business?
Oh, just pouring through on the way to somewhere else.
What's your business?
Well, you know, I'm just a young man.
You're visiting a young man. I hope it's your grandson? Son?
Of course. When I say young man, I don't mean that young, you know. Or middle-aged.
Right. Uh-huh. And you staying in town?
Oh, probably, well, maybe for the night, but not long.
Alright. Come on through, don't make any trouble.
Thank you, young man.
Mm-hmm. They sleepily wave you through. And you arrive in Fendon. Cross the bridge, head into the town. In a few moments, you find yourself in this town square. It's kind of a hustling, bustling, busy little place. What are you gonna do? You're here.
Right, in that case, I'm going to turn to Sammy and be like, dog time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this probably smells like Bud the most. You might want to cover your nose. And pull out just like I don't know, like a undershirt kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
A vest.
A vest.
You pull out some of Bud's clothes, and
I pull out some butt clothes and I put it up to the bloodhound's nose, and I like brace the reins in case it starts running off somewhere.
all right, it just stands there.
I don't know. I like Scrappy. I pet its head and just like nose. Follow, find. Maya, what's the Dracusian for like find? How do these dogs get trained?
I don't know, maybe if you had taken the kennel master who knows how to work the bloodhounds rather than just taking his dogs. You know, maybe take the person that knows how to use the tool. I'm gonna steal in a helicopter, but I don't know how to fly it.
Go find. Where is it? Go find it.
The dog's like, what? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm gonna try every combination of seek, go find.
Yeah,
sniff.
sure. These are well-trained dogs.
A hunting proficiency.
Can I use my?
I have a hunting proficiency.
Can I roll animal handling for this?
Ooh, yes, you have animal handling, don't you?
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. That's the skill we're looking for.
That's not a roll we're looking
not
for.
today, it's not. You know how to handle birds, not dogs. You keep being like, go! Right, it's not working. Sammy, you gotta take the people who know how to use the specialized tools. You can't just... It's not an episode. It's fine. You got the bloodhound. The bloodhound is wildly confused. It doesn't know what you guys want. There's this thing, and then these people, and he doesn't know anyone, and he's with them, and he's like, who the fuck are these people? The dog is confused. But he's on a walk, so he's kind of happy?
I bet the dog.
Here we go. In Akuban.
He's been running beside a horse for like 15 miles, you know?
Should we get him a drink of water first? He's probably very thirsty.
I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages with the Bloodhound.
Excellent.
Scrappy, fine. Bud, sniff this and fetch. Fine.
Find the thing that smells like this.
You guys are trying to do all this, and a passerby comes up to you and goes, excuse me, miss, is everything okay?
Oh, yes, it's fine. We're just trying to train our dog.
Oh, right.
Well, there goes 3 mana.
Well,
We have given him something to smell right at turtle.
do you need any help? You look a little confused.
Do you know how to work a bloodhound?
No?
Well then, no, I'm sorry.
Okay. Have a good day.
Chance, you haven't seen a big fancy royal carriage anywhere around here, have you?
No, I haven't. But, you know, the town guard would have seen it. They keep eyes on the road, keep troublemakers out. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, thanks.
She walks off.
Well, hang on. Right, let's go into a tavern. I need to find a privy. I need to do a quick change.
You can find a tavern. You're right next to the Red End Tavern.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna redisguise myself in the toilets as an old lady.
Old lady
I'm
costume.
having a Bloody Mary in the meantime. I just point towards the menu and order the first drink, and it turns out to be a Bloody Mary, I guess.
Do you want me to roll disguise again?
I look after the
yes,
horses
I
and the hound while everyone's off having fun.
Oh, 85, you know.
All right. So, Sarah, give me a grub skill check.
What is that, 36?
Well, first you need to roll your own. Yeah, you need a grub skill score if you don't have one already.
No, I don't think we rolled for us.
Well, it's time. Roll it.
Well, is it 36? So what is the skill?
Yeah, 3d6. Yeah.
10.
Average. Now give me a grub skill check.
20 plus 10?
Yeah. Oh
99.
my god. They make such good Bloody Marys here.
Oh my god. Can I have another one? To go. Okay.
Sure. Someone holds up to you like 5 and pulls out a copper and, gets you.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fine. I'll slide them a goal and I wink at them. I take the 2 glasses, no worries.
Yeah. You can always order drinks without speaking languages. It's always fine. All right, the party regathers, I suppose, in the saloon.
Well, I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to go and do it. I'm just going to have a word with the guards. I'll be back in a minute.
And totter out.
Sure.
In my best old lady way.
I feed the celery stick to the horse. I like drinking the Bloody Mary. Good.
Yeah, I'll just totter off to the gates and be like, "Oh, hello, dear."
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Just, I was talking to my friend Ethel earlier, and she said that there was a big carriage came through this morning and nearly ran her down. I think there ought to be a law. I want the name and license number of that carriage, because I'm...
Ma'am, sorry, it was a royal carriage. You can't complain about it. It's against the law, and you should tell Ethel that she needs to trim her rose bushes. My wife caught her shoelaces on them yesterday, and they slipped out from their knots. She stepped on the laces and fell on her face. So you gotta tell Ethel Rosenberg that she needs to get her roses in their bergs.
Well, I'll tell her, but it's not my responsibility. I keep my roses under control, thank you very much.
All of you little ladies out on that corner have to work together on this issue, right? You're all responsible for one another.
Yes, well, I'll go and sort of work with them now, dear. Thank
you. Better had.
Is the carriage still here, though? Because I want to work with that driver. Dangerous drivers.
You think I know where the carriage is? You think I followed it around?
Guards. You're supposed to know where the carriages are.
Royal carriage comes on in. It just comes on in.
Well, it's still here then?
I don't know. Why don't you use your eyes, you dotty old bat? Or go see if it left. Why don't you check the other road?
It's not nice to mock the blind.
You're blind? How do you trim your rose bushes if you're blind?
I don't know. There's degrees of blindness, all right? I'm just not...
Oh, so you're not really blind. You're just trying to get sympathy for being blind. You're just playing blind, my God.
Good day to you, young man.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'll be seeing your mother. I'll have word for her.
Oh, I bet you will. Very soon, maybe in a week or 2, you'll kick it, and then you can talk to her. My mother's dead.
Where you live, young man.
Well, I don't know where you live, but you tell Ethel, get her roses fixed. Ah!
Oh God, I'm so much fun being an old lady. It's just licensed to be a complete asshole. Anyway, yeah. I'll probably, in that case, I'm going to head off to the old lady corner.
Yes. You pretend that you're lost and someone brings you back to the old lady corner. That's how it works, right?
Somebody pick up Ethel, please. She's in the old lady corner playing with the toys. Ethel in the old lady corner, please.
Like Ethel Rosenberg, where's her house?
You get brought to Ethel Rosenberg's house. She's out there tending to her roses, and sure enough, they're growing well past her white picket fence and sort of like reaching out into the street.
Oh, what beautiful roses, dear.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
Oh, yes. Oh, I was talking to one of the gate guards earlier, and he was a terribly rude young man. He was there saying your roses were all overgrown.
Was that Horace again? Why?
I don't know his name, but I think he was all complaining. But yes, he was going on about royal carriages as well.
That sounds like Horace. What a useful dink.
There's a law against those royal carriages, all riding all over the place and nearly knocking people down.
Come again?
Oh, a royal carriage nearly knocked me down this morning. I want to have a word with the driver. You haven't seen a royal carriage around any. Has any of the girls seen a royal carriage around? I want to have a word with the driver.
Well, you know Nancy. She is, still working on that one good hip of hers. And she's hopping along everywhere she goes. And this morning, she said she heard quite a ruckus going out the north end of town. She did. Yeah. There was apparently someone got hit by a horse. That carriage must have hit 2 people.
Oh, well, I think you went straight through town, do you?
It was the Jacobs boy, apparently. Got hit by a horse, broke his leg, had to be taken to the cleric.
Oh, dear, well, all right then. Well, I should go and have a word with them directly. Old lady investigations, yes.
Oh, well, no one else is going to do it these days. Everyone's
yes.
Up in arms with their own thing. We're thinking about war and this and that outside of the country. No one's paying attention to how the people are living.
Yes, I know. If you want something done properly, do it yourself. Anyway.
Quite right.
Dear, do you think I could possibly nab one of your roses? They smell divine. Could I take a cutting, perhaps?
Absolutely not. Who do you think you are? In fact, who are you? I don't think I recognize you. You haven't been to Sewing Circle in a while, have you?
No, I haven't, no. Anyway, I must be going, dear. Good luck with the roses. Goodbye. I'm just going to toss them.
Goodbye, toodaloo.
Ciao.
All right.
I'm going to head back to the tavern, go into the privy, quick change, and then back into my commoner garb, and just plop myself down at the bar and just be like, yeah, so there was a disturbance at the north end of town. Somebody got their leg broken by possibly a carriage, and we oh, hang on, wait.
Your sister's gone.
Yeah.
She's back.
Oh, you're back from the privy now. Right, yes. So there was a disturbance at the north end of town. Possibly somebody got hit by a carriage and knocked over and broke their leg, and they were taken to the local cleric. Sister, I believe this might be your field of expertise.
But if they already left town, shouldn't we just leave town and keep on going?
We don't know if they left town or not, so I think you should go to the cleric, because I'm assuming they'll probably...
Well, I could try. What kind of cleric is it?
Well, I'm assuming one who deals with injuries, so probably Martha?
Okay.
I mean...
Can you ask where the temple is?
Can we see the temple? Is it sort of like...
Sure enough, the spire of the temple towers well above the rest of town, and you can find your way there without any issue.
Yes.
Maya, can you also find somewhere that sells dog treats?
A butcher's?
That'll work.
I believe we just passed a store.
Yeah, just give me a sec. No, come with me. This is gonna be...
All right.
All right.
I'll head into the temple, I guess, Bevis.
All right. Sarah heads to the temple. Maya and Sammy head to Snack Attack, the butcher shop down the street.
Great name.
So let's start with Sarah in the temple. The temple does not sound like this. This is the saloon you were in. All right. Temple is a lot less lively. Okay, you arrive at the temple in town. It is clearly just a generalist temple to all the gods. And there on the front porch, sweeping the steps, is a cleric of Tempos, a young cleric of Tempos. And he sees you coming up and very quickly raises a hand, does the hourglass of Tempos in front of you.
I do the rings back, rings of Martha back at him.
And he starts in Drakissian, saying,
Gluten
Tag, Namiloda.
Gluten Tag, and then I keep on speaking in Aridonian. I say, do you speak Aridonian by any chance?
Of course I do.
Ah, a dream come true. Very good. So, I'm here on... This is very confidential. I'm here on a special mission. I was sent by the Queen herself.
Oh, I see.
It's a very grave matter, and I need you to be very quiet about this.
He steps in closely.
And I'm going to say, we are looking for a royal carriage that has been stolen today.
There was a young boy brought here this morning, hit by horses pulling a carriage, a fancy white carriage.
Did you see who? Did anybody see who the drivers were?
The young boy did. He's inside right now, resting.
Could you translate for me? I take it he doesn't speak Aridonian.
No, he does not. The cleric puts away the broom and walks with you to the infirmary, where there is another cleric, this one of Martha, standing over the young boy, changing the wet cloth over his forehead.
I approach him and I gently put a hand on his shoulder.
The young boy looks up at you. The cleric of Martha gives you a double ring back. Yeah.
Hello, young one. There's no reason to be worried. I'm just here to check in on you. I heard you got hit by a carriage today. Is that right?
The translation goes back and forth, and the cleric of Tempos nods and goes, yes, he says he was hit by a carriage, pulled by two horses. Two black horses pulling a white carriage.
Two black horses. Did you see who the drivers were?
He says they were dressed like guards or soldiers.
Two women?
He says at least one of them was a woman, but he didn't get a look at the other.
And where did that carriage go? Did they stop after they hit you, or did they move on?
At the north end of town, he was getting up to chop some firewood for the morning's fire. They're on the far, far north end. There's really nothing out past that way except for some fancy estates. And a trail
fancy
that leads
estates.
to a small village. Yeah, the village, what's it called? That's a terrible name for a village. No. Hold on, I need to find a village name. The Village Part 2 Covered Individuals, lines 16 through 20. It's the name of the village. They call it, Sill for short. Or Pissel. P-C-I-L.
Pissel.
Pissel.
Pistol?
So, wait, what he said was the carriage was leaving into that direction? Is that what he said?
Yeah, there's only, that end of town. There's just some trails that lead to some estates out in the woods, and then a small road that goes to Pissel.
And will that road be big enough to have a carriage on it?
It would.
Okay. And did you see them leave into that direction?
He talks to the kid. The kid sort of nods and goes, he said it was headed towards that end, but once he got hit and his leg broken, he sort of lost track of the carriage.
Right. How badly is he wounded?
Oh, his leg is broken. Needs to be set. Well, I should say it has been set. The other cleric will chime in Eridonian, and she will say, I've already taken care of it. He'll be fine. He just needs bed rest.
Okay.
I don't recognize you, she says, getting up, and follows with, and I pride myself on knowing all the clerics of Martha. in the kingdom, or at least in this principality. What's your name? I'm Mother Elise.
I'm Mother Sarah.
Pleasure to meet you.
I extend a hand towards her. The pleasure's all mine.
She shakes your hand. Where do you hail from?
Oh, I'm from Akuban.
No wonder I didn't recognize you. Well,
I'm sorry, I don't speak the language yet. I'm trying very hard, but I'm not a linguist. I'm not very talented.
Well, peace be with you. And she goes back to tending to the child.
Right. And I do the circles, and, you know.
He does the hourglass.
Exactly. And I'll leave, I guess. Trying to find the butcher.
You can find the rest of the party over at Snack Attack, the butcher shop.
Right,
Yeah.
I guess I wave at them so they come over, and we can speak quietly.
Well, hold on. We need to deal with what they found in the butcher shop first.
Right. Sorry,
my
bad.
Tripes. Do they have tripes?
What the fuck's a tripe?
I don't fucking know.
Internal organs. Sweetbreads.
Yeah, sure. They got some of those. They got all sorts of things. What are you looking for here? Some salami? Some sausage?
Something
what do you want?
Pig ears.
We need something
Yeah, pig's ears. Pig's ears. Dogs love pig's ears.
to entice.
Pig's ears.
Yeah, that'll work. I can't imagine them, selling them usually, so this would be a great opportunity for them.
Well, what else do you think dogs eat?
I don't know, but do they eat pig's ears?
Yes, literally, my dog will devour a dried pig's ear. They sell them.
They absolutely love that shit.
All right, well, you get some pig's ears. A whole bunch of them.
Yay!
Why don't you
Okay.
toss out a silver for the pig's ears, or a couple of silver for some pig's ears? And I don't know what you want to do with it, but now you got it.
So, what I actually want to do is I'm going to try and I'm going to, get the garment up to the bloodhound's nose and just take it away. And so it gets the scent, and then, give it, an air of excitement from me. Not, give it any, verbal commands, because we've already tried and failed at that.
Mm-hmm.
And then reintroduce the scent and give it a treat so that it associates the scent with the treat.
Uh-huh.
And then if it's been trained, it should, in theory, try to find the scent. At least that's what my limited research on Google.
Well, there's one thing with dogs which you can do, which is called free training. Which is you let the dog figure out whatever they do, and whenever they do something that is going into the direction you want them to, you give them a treat. And what you do is you break that pig ear into little pieces, and whenever it goes to sniff on the cloth, you quickly flick it a treat, right? Yeah. And then when it moves away on from there, you'd flick it a treat again, so it understands what you want from it pretty much.
I'm assuming these bloodhounds are already trained for tracking at least somewhat. So I just need to, help it along.
Mm-hmm.
Redo some training.
Right. What is the animal handling skill key off of? Non-weapon proficiencies. Here we go. Animal handling is wisdom. So give me a d20 plus half of your wisdom minus 1. And round down.
D20 plus half my wisdom plus 1, round down.
No, minus 1.
Minus 1, and then half it.
No. Half it, round down, then subtract 1.
Okay. 25.
That's a great roll. Yeah, you managed to get the dog to figure it out. It takes a little while, but eventually, oh, I get it. He wants me to work. Oh, wow, what a weird stranger who's kidnapped me and made me run 15 miles away from all of my handlers and everything that I know. Oh, okay. All right, we can do this. And he starts sniffing the ground near the butcher's shop. And then he finds some more pig ears in the butcher's shop, and he points to them.
All right, clearly,
I found him.
like clearly he's finding something he wants. So
I got it.
It's probably gonna work, but we really need to get away from the butchers.
All right, you get away from the butchers. That's where you meet Maya coming up to you.
Sarah.
Maya. Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah, Maya's just there like, oh my god. Maybe I could send my hawk up to look for the you know.
I think your hawk is still in Akuba, right? I don't think you ever brought your hawk with you.
Did we?
We had that conversation this last week.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Surely I would have my hawk with me at all times.
Nope, we discussed it last week and you said you probably didn't bring it.
I think we discussed it at one point and she didn't bring it to like a place that we would be fighting, like the dragons or something.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I left it behind when we went to fight the dragons. But
someone, you know, go research whether Maya
Well, I
has a
asked
hawk.
before if you can't spy with your hawk to be on the lookout for the dragon, and you said it's not a lookout hawk, it's only for messaging.
Mm-hmm.
But
That
that
is
was
true.
before I got
But
an animal
there's
handling.
and that
That's
was- yeah,
before I
right.
took that animal handling skill. Now it's a scouting hawk too.
Mm.
But yeah, I think.
Anyways, I'm just saying, can we leave? They already left.
Oh,
to
right,
the-
okay, yes.
All right, I think I got Scrappy working.
All right, you guys head to the north end of town where the child was injured, and you find the road that trails off and the trails that rode towards the estates.
I'm going to reintroduce the scent to Scrappy and see if he can pick up a trail.
And can we
Let's-
see any carriage marks here, around here?
Yes, you do see carriage marks. Let's see.
Because I'd rather introduce, like, I'd rather him try to follow a trail, like, where we know they already are, than where we don't know that they were.
Right. So, your default roll, don't roll it yet, is going to be a 1d20 plus 19. You need a 21, and I'm going to give you the following modifiers.
Who's this? Sammy or?
This is for the Bloodhound, yeah.
Got ya.
Let's see. Bud was not on the ground, and he wasn't quite in a horseback. He was actually in a carriage. So we're going to give a minus 12 for him being in the carriage, because that really helps like cordon off the scent from anywhere else. However, he was wounded or bleeding, so that will probably kick up a little bit more scent at any point in which it might have come out. So I get a plus 3 on top of the minus 12. Let's see. It had rained the night before, but not today, so that doesn't really matter. The climate's not going to affect us.
It's going to be
What's the wind
humid or damp, right?
It rained yesterday, not today. It could be dry. It's no more damp than or humid than normal.
I mean, it's the sun's not come out yet, so it should
No.
still be
It's
damp.
well. What are you talking about? It's the middle of the day.
The middle of the day. Oh, because we
Because you
went, like,
traveled 15 miles and did a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
I just assumed it was the morning because the guard at the thing was yawning. I was
No.
like, yeah,
Oh, they just suck.
He's just hungover from last night's drinking. There's not enough of a breeze to make a difference, and we are in an urban or farmland setting, so another minus 3 on top of that. And you want a 21 or higher, so roll it.
all right, so minus 3 for that. So
Oh, a 19. You needed a 21. Your
damn it.
bloodhound just can't pick up his scent in this area. He was in the carriage, and you know.
well, no, I can't pick up a trail here, but let's follow the tracks. Might be able to have more success.
Certainly. Can I sort of like roll to
Draw.
see if like the particularly sort of like recent carriage tracks are definitely going one way or the other?
Yeah, give me a. Do you have a tracking skill?
I do not have tracking, just general perception.
Oh, it'll be.
I have hunting.
That's not useful
That's not-
here.
Well, what if
So
we're
you-
hunting bird?
If you send a messenger, can we follow your bird?
Probably not. Birds are pretty difficult to follow.
We can at least see which way it goes, right?
Yeah. All right, so you can make a perception check at half your perception, Maya, if you want to try and track this shit.
What's half of 16?
8.
8. Right. Okay. Right. So that's.
Yeah, hunting is only useful if you're actually hunting. It's
Hunting
not,
is wilderness.
It's not a very
Stalking
good transferable skill. D20 plus 8. Here we come, Maya.
Right. Okay.
Is there an
1d20.
actual tracking skill?
Hang on. So it's 1d20 plus 8. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
1d20 plus 8.
It's alright. Normally you roll well. Not today, though.
No.
I think today your average
Wow.
roll is a 3 or a 4.
I know. I rolled really badly like the last couple of games. I don't know what's going on, man.
Well, you guys come to the end of town, and you see the rail with the wagon ruts that goes off this way, and some horse tracks that head up these other trails over that way. Where are you gonna go?
Follow the wagon.
The smaller trails would be too small for the wagons, right?
Yeah, and it's pretty obvious that there's no recent signs of wagons here on either side of the road.
We just follow the wagon trail. Because if there was an abandoned carriage, then we'd see that at some point, I guess. So.
Sure. What was
Unless
the
our
town's
perception
name?
sucks, which is entirely possible.
What was the town's name? It wasn't Pickley or Pickley?
Pistol, Neal, and I feel very worried that I actually wrote that down. Pistol.
Pistol, thank you.
Please don't make up those terrible names and then make me note them because you forget.
All right, you guys arrive in the small, quaint little village of Pistol. Population 200, little tiny place. Most of the buildings are collected in town, and then there's just like fields and farmland and orchards around, and you can see back behind the little town section of it is a walled estate. That whoever owns this town lives there. People in the fields kind of pop up their heads as you walk in like prairie dogs. Oh, look at that! There's people! Oh, how weird! No one ever comes out to Pistol. Wonder why? Okay, whatever. And they go back to working.
I'm gonna stop and ask one of the people in the fields and just be like, "Hello, good afternoon."
Hello.
Hi. Have you seen a carriage come this way?
Whoa, early this
Big
afternoon.
fancy white number.
Yeah. Late morning.
Oh, thank you.
Was that
Have a
it?
lovely day. Yes, have a lovely day.
Well, what's all this about?
And we trot on without answering.
Oi! Oi! She's a cheeky one, isn't she? All right.
Would I
Okay.
be able to make
I'm
another
having a long
bloodhound
day.
check for this small village?
To make it another bloodhound check?
Yes.
Come on, Bloodhound. Come on.
I don't want to abuse it, but I just feel like we're in a completely different
Sure.
area.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me another check here.
Okay, so without the -3 because it's not urban.
This is still urban farmland setting. Yeah, urban/farmland.
Okay.
I head very steadily towards that estate, Neal, by the way.
Okay.
Come on, boy.
Scrappy finds there's a pig nearby, and Scrappy goes to try and bite its ear off.
No, that's Scrappy.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sarah, meanwhile, leads the horse towards the estate, while Scrappy tries to go and eat the pigs. And Maya is talking with the old ladies, and it does seem that the estate is the place to go. There's not really a lot of places you could hide a wagon or a carriage in town. It's not like there's a carport or something that you could scurry it away in. And after 2 minutes of walking through the town, you're like, there's nowhere in town this carriage could possibly be, except behind the giant wall of that estate.
Right.
Maybe you could send a messenger in and see if Bud's in there? Your magic birds?
I mean, that could technically work if there's an open window, and then
Listen, he's in there. The question is, how do we get in there and get him out? That's the important question.
I'm going to stop a sort of like villager and be like, excuse me, who does this estate belong to?
This estate?
Mm-hmm.
Where are my notes? This estate belongs to, shit, I can't find my notes.
Shit. Wow. Okay. Interesting family. Is that a family name?
Kelpochi.
Is that all one word?
Mm-hmm. One word.
Kelpochi. I see. And they are?
She is the local landed knight. She is. Good feller.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What's this all about?
Oh, we're just passing through. Is she at home
right.
right now? Is she in residence or?
I believe so.
Interesting. Should we? Right. Thank you for your help. I'm just going to sort of like huddle up with the other two and just be like, okay, so local landed knight. State belongs to. Okay, going in there, just the three of us, seems incredibly suicidal to me.
Yes, I had a small idea. If you disguised yourself as like one of the farmers, I could cast a spell on those two to like hide or mask our presence, and so
Which
they
part of
wouldn't tell who we
going
were.
in without support is incredibly suicidal? Did you not get, brother?
And in a town of like 200 people, you're gonna be recognized as not being from this town. You might not know every single person's name, but you'll recognize everyone's face. Especially because 200 includes like children and infants and the extremely old.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody's shit. It's like, you're not from round these parts.
Yeah.
I know everybody. I'm related to everybody. You can tell by the fact I've got one tooth and half an ear.
For a disguise to work, you'd have to disguise yourself as a specific person in this small town.
Yeah, which I think could particularly work for Maya. And then the other
The thing is, we'd have to make sure that the person who we're disguising ourselves as doesn't turn up and ruin things.
You'd also have to know what they look like and know their name. You'd have to know certain details about them to be able to disguise yourself as them. And that might take a little more prep than you have available.
Yeah. I think we should perhaps send a message to the Queen saying that we believe we've established his location.
Well, I can't do that myself.
Any message to the Queen would take about half a day to get there. That's already been half a day, and then they'd have to come back, so they wouldn't arrive until tomorrow afternoon at the very earliest.
We could
really shouldn't have come out without backup.
Look, we can at least see if the carriage is here, and we can stake out the place, right?
You know what? I actually think we should just go in as ourselves, brazen it out, try and bluff them. Tell them that a detachment of armed guards is following close behind us.
Well, if we were doing that, I could also booby-trap their exits. Like back doors and stuff.
Do you mean the doors that the servants usually use?
What does this estate look like? Is it like a giant wall around it, spikes, 15 guards? Like, what are we talking? Or is it like, oh, this is really nice. We have a tiny fountain here, and there's like some hedges. It's really lovely. Like, what kind of estate is this?
Our walls made of sticks.
Let's
is this
see.
Like, you want to stay for tea and biscuits, or is this like high security prison,
It's like 200 feet on a side, so like 60 meters on a side. Yeah, something like that. The front of it is stone castle walls, but then like the sides, from what you can see, appear to be not quite full castle walls. It's almost like someone had like a nice manor house and they're slowly changing the outside walls to be more of like a fortress. Or vice versa, it used to be a fortress and they're slowly changing it into more of a manor house, one of the two. You can see a pair of ballistas up on the turrets on the left and right side. There's a single double gate that opens in the middle of it. And I guess from where you're standing in town, you can see a pair of guards on the walls, or like in the middle, chatting with one another, just having a conversation, as guards do when there's nothing going on and nothing ever happens here.
How tall are the walls?
20 feet. For the middle section, the turrets are 30 feet.
I can make a 12-foot ladder.
It's the middle of the day, brother.
Yeah. not going to be the middle of the day.
So
tonight.
either we can go in and wait until tonight. We need to get a message back to the Queen, though. If this goes badly, then well, I wish I had my messenger hawk right now. Neal,
Maybe you shouldn't have left it in Akuba.
I didn't leave
Not
it
in
in
Akuba. It's in the palace. in
Well, you
Whitthorn,
certainly
Whitthorn.
didn't bring it with you today.
God damn it.
Frickin'
How far are we from the nearest? How far are we from anywhere that you can send a message to?
I need to be within 5 miles. I could send a message to someone
You guys are up here somewhere.
in Fendon.
Yep.
And
Who would you send a
send-
message to, though?
The priest.
The priest that
Ooh.
he didn't see? The only person Sammy talked to was the butcher.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that Sarah would have mentioned that she spoke to the priest, though, right?
I think does Sammy need to know the person?
I
Yeah,
need
Sammy
to
needs to have a
know
verbal
description.
and mental picture of the person to whom the message is to be delivered. So Sammy needs to know who he's sending it to. You can't just
A
describe
description would
someone.
work, right?
No, you need to know. You need to impart to the bird a description. Otherwise, it doesn't know what to do.
Can it be a generic person, like any priest or any cleric in the temple, for example?
Sure, you could just say to a cleric, and if you have a mental picture of what a cleric looks like, that would work.
I mean, I could give it like a description of general location too,
The
of
bird's
where to
village.
expect.
Yeah.
To one of the people in the funny robes in the big pointy building over there.
I kind of feel like that's how it should work.
to the little boy.
It doesn't just find.
Sense of proof. What?
like, the
It can
nearest
recognize a person by their face or what they're wearing, but may get confused if there are many similar subjects.
I mean, I did tell the Queen, I did send a message that we were heading north to investigate.
You did.
So,
You did, but who knows? You could wait and maybe people arrive in half a day. Or maybe they won't. Or maybe they're right behind you right now. Who knows?
They're behind you.
yeah, one of the things Mayor would have said is please send backup, ASAP, because
Well,
Maya ain't
what do you
dumb.
guys want to do? Right now you know nothing for certain and everything is a possibility.
I think we should have a little walk, like a safe, scout around the manor house to figure out what the backside looks like.
Sore thumb.
Sure.
Well, if you go by yourself, you're gonna be fine, right? You could sneak.
I can hide us. If we look,
look,
they
okay,
light the
you
part, people won't notice us.
All right, brother. If you want to investigate, then I will try and move stealthily, and you two can do your.
I want to keep my family safe. Unfortunately, that includes Bud. I mean, I just mean, unfortunately, he's captured.
I'm just gonna give Sammy a little side hug and just be like,
Look, it's been a long day.
I understand completely, brother. Trust me, I know. Anyway, shall we? Right.
So what are you guys gonna do?
We are going to covertly do a walk around of the fort and try and figure out a way in. See if we can figure out what's going on.
All right. Well, if you can see the fort can see you. So they will slip in this small, sleepy town. If you do a patrol around it, you will definitely be spotted by the
That's
people
why
on
I'm
the
trying
fort.
to be inconspicuous and they're trying to be invisible.
Yeah. Let's cast a good old personal perception filter on myself and Sarah. And we'll leave, the horses and dog tied to a tree or something.
All right. So you personal perception filter you and Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are gonna walk around the fort.
I'm gonna do it as well, but I'm gonna try and hide.
Why don't you give me a hide check, and I will give you your modifiers here. +4, +8. Give me a hide check at +8 because of all the good cover around you.
+8.
Yeah,
Is that
so just-
+8 on the D20?
It's +8 in addition to what I just roll your hide check, and we'll add 8 to it afterwards.
Yeah. I just did, so 22.
Ah, perfect. So it's a 30.
Boom. Okay.
Wonderful.
Good.
Okay.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
good, but they didn't roll well.
Sammy and Sarah turn themselves invisible.
Not invisible, just like generally ignored.
Right. You personal perception filtered up, and y'all patrol the estate. Let me see if I can give you what I can give you here.
Let's see.
All right.
Lasts for about an hour.
So the estate is square in shape. I should be. Let me go look at the ground floor. Hold on. This will be easier. Ah, perfect. How do I show you this? All right, it's square in shape. There are small windows along the ground floor on the sides and the back, but they have like bars over them and stuff. There's no way you could ever crawl through those windows, but there are windows to let light in, and if you get close enough, you could see into them, probably. But you'd have to, like, you know, go well within the tree line to do that. Let's see. You see no staircases or exits anywhere along the estate other than the front door. There's no servants' entrances. There's no sally ports. There's no sneaky backdoor nothings. The estate is 2 stories. 2 stories tall, except in the very back. The very back of the estate comes up to a 3rd floor as well. And the towers, as I said, are 30 feet. 20 feet? Hold on. I think I might have...
You said the walls are 20 feet.
Right. Okay, let me rephrase. The front wall is 15 feet, and then the towers go up another 5 on top of that. So it's like 15 and 20.
30, for the record.
Yes, I am double checking my math, and I see that I have made a mistake. The towers are 20, maybe 25 at most. Yeah.
So the walls would be 15.
Yeah, the front wall is 15, the towers are 20, and then the 20, 25, and then the walls that go, like the estate walls that come off of the turrets are 20, and then the very back of it is 30. So the back is like raised up, and then there's everything else, and then there's like the gate in front. So you got like a 3-level effect going on.
Right.
There appear to be balconies on the inside of the estate. Yeah. What are you guys gonna do?
What do you think? I could attempt to scale the wall under cover of darkness and sneak around, see if I can find Pedarius.
Can you wait until darkness? Are you concerned about the time at all? Or do you think that Bud is safe within the walls?
I mean, if we were not concerned, we would just wait for backup, right? I figured we wanted to do something now, is the thing.
I could try and stealthily get over the walls. What do you think? Could I climb over the walls? What do you think, you two?
I think we could climb the walls.
So are you guys gonna try and like... Go ahead.
Sorry. I think it would be safest if we created a distraction. I don't know how much spellcasting you can still do, Sammy, but I think one of your, big explosions somewhere would maybe be able to drag people out of the house and make it safe for Maya to sneak in.
What does the gate look like?
It is stone wall that rises 15 feet up with the door itself is a double set of doors made out of wood banded with brass. Nice and heavy. There is a portcullis, but it is presently raised.
So,
I mean, I also have the horn of blasting on me. I
Yeah.
could go a little bit further into the woods. It's gonna make a lot of noise. I can create a distraction. I can take a horse. I can flee by horse, and we meet up later. And you two figure it out and try to find Bud.
you know, I was thinking about that horn, and honestly, that thing would be really good at breaking a wall. I just really don't want to use that thing anywhere near people.
I think
Well, I wouldn't
if we
use it
break a
near people.
wall down, we will immediately
Yeah.
get attacked by an awful lot of angry guards.
I think that would be very distracting.
Yes, I think the horn should be a last resort thing. I don't think we should go around blowing horns unless we absolutely have to. How about I go in, scout around, and if I'm not back in 20 minutes, you go get help.
I don't see why the distraction plan is a bad idea. There's nobody around in the woods. I'm not going to hit a single person, and we're going to drag people away from you. It's going to be much easier for you to sneak in there.
Okay.
And we can still get help if you don't come back afterwards. Like, that doesn't make your plan fail.
All right. Well, I tell you.
Sarah, make the distraction and come right back, I think.
I don't think if I lead the people back here, that's not going to help at all. I have to leave. I'll go back to Bendon, I guess.
Okay, so
I have to
the
be
plan
fast.
is I go in and see what I can do. Sammy stays here and under cover of stealth and perhaps backs me up if things go horribly wrong. And then
Yeah,
Sarah,
do you need a letter? He's there, right?
and then Sarah distracts and then heads back to get help, hopefully.
Yep.
Okay. Both of you, please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. If it looks like everything's going horribly wrong, just get out. All right? Don't be heroic. Just go. We are probably more valuable alive than dead. As hostages, especially I'm engaged to the heir to the throne. An heir to the throne. Somewhere in the line of the throne. I'm engaged to a prince, okay? That makes me somewhat valuable as a bargaining piece, so they probably won't kill me out of hand. But you two, be careful, please. Okay? Promise me? Hello?
I look at the horn of blasting in my head and I shrug. I mean, I guess, right? I try.
Okay, so Maya's gonna try and sneak in on her own, while Sarah and Sammy do what?
I thought I was coming in too.
No, you're gonna wait outside, just in case things go tits up.
Just in case I need a giant explosion. You never know.
In case things go tits up, but you're not exactly sneaky, and you'd probably crimp my style. But you stay outside and stealthed, and if anything goes horribly wrong, you know, get the fuck out or provide a distraction, whichever. This
Promise
is what
me
I'm
one
trained-
thing, Maya,
What?
that you'll get married. I don't want you going in there and not coming back out.
I have no intention of dying. I have things to do.
All right. Can you scale that wall, or do you need a ladder?
I'm sure I'll be fine.
I'll give you a boost up, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So you
Could
want
make me invisible for a
to?
little while?
I could like stand on
You
the
just gotta
my
look
horse
like
now.
the average farmer trying to scale a wall. It's gonna be fine.
So there are 4 walls to the estate. There's the front, the sides, and the back. The back wall is the tallest, but it is the one that has the least angle on it from the front, clearly, because it's the back wall.
Yes, I'm totally going to go for the least visible wall.
All right.
Can she actually scale a wall?
Yeah.
She can make a climb check.
I totally have. Yeah, I've got.
All right, let me see what your modifiers are. This is going to be a tough wall to climb. It's well built. The stones have good mortar between them. There's not a lot of cracks. However, there are these little windows here and there and everywhere, which are going to give you great footholds. So you're going to have a really nice bonus to climb. But then, you know, you also will be climbing up. No, let me rephrase it. If you want a big bonus, you can climb the windows, which will make it easy.
That makes me much, yeah, but makes it more likely I'll be spotted. Can I use my daggers to
chip out? It would be a long slope.
No. I'd rather go slowly and carefully and not fall rather than go quickly and fall and, you know, or run the risk of. Basically, I want to go I want to take slow and stealthy.
Okay. So if you want the stealthy route, I'm gonna need a climb check at -6. Let me just check some crap here. Blah, blah, blah. A character may slow their speed by 50% to gain a +5 bonus to their roll, or may increase their speed by 10% for every -2 that they take to the roll. So if you want a big fat bonus, you can climb super slowly.
Yes, I would like to do that. Okay,
so give me a climb check. We will subtract 1 from it. You're not wounded or encumbered. The environmental conditions are fine. Yeah. How badly are you wounded?
Am I wounded?
You're not at half your hit points, are you?
You took a slash from the rock, right?
Oh. Maya's at 6 out of 32 HP. Does that change your plan?
Did I get healed up at all? Or?
No, you took a huge wound.
Wound was too big.
So you will take a -4 on top of all of this. So it'll be
Sammy, could you give me a ladder, maybe?
That's 5.
Give me the ladder.
So I can also I can make any kind of object. So Maya, what would help you climb the best?
Grappling hook.
I mean, if we had rope, sure.
Maya's got rope.
Then, do you want a grappling hook? Do you think that's your best option? Do you want a grappling hook, a ladder, a really big plank?
Could you make a ladder that goes all the way to the top?
A hammer? No, 12 feet.
Those sticky things you can put on your hand so you can go up like a frog. How about that?
Suction cups.
A grappling hook wouldn't be too stealthy though. I'd have to be very careful about not throwing it up when there were guards around.
Yeah, and it would bang on the rooftops, might alert people inside.
How about if I have a ladder and climb 15 feet and then just climb the last, like, what was it, 5 feet?
The back is 30 feet tall, so if you climb a 15-foot ladder, you'll only need to climb 15 feet.
It's a 12-foot
Your check
ladder,
is
so
still going to be
climb...
the same, though. Whether you've got to climb 30 feet or 15 feet, you'll roll the same die. It's just a matter of time that it takes you to climb, you know?
Could you make 2 ladders?
Yeah.
And then we
can't really...
together with the rope?
They would bow very heavily in the middle.
No. You could lash them together very well with the rope.
I can make them, like, they're not made of wood, Neal. They're going to be made of, like, brass or something. Or whatever material I have. They're going to be made out of whatever material powder I have.
What spell is this?
This is Conjure Simple Object.
Lovely. Okay.
Let's see. So, would I be able to, like, make 2 ladders in a way that they would, like, lock into each other? Like, one has, like...
No, you're conjuring a simple object. You're just like, ladder,
it's
boom, here's a ladder.
It's possible to lash 2 ladders together, though. I mean, people have been doing that for hundreds of years.
Totally. Yeah, and they've been breaking under people, rarely, but sometimes for thousands of years, causing them to fall to their death.
Silk rope, it's pretty strong.
Oh, well, silk rope is strong, yeah. So, it's a 30-foot climb. You can make a 12-foot ladder.
And another 12-foot ladder.
That's 24
like,
feet.
Maybe like half a foot off, so 24 feet. She's 5 foot something. She just needs to reach up at the top.
What is your climbing skill, Maya?
My climbing skill is 13.
Okay. So if you want to climb slowly and carefully, it's a total penalty of 6. If you want to climb up the windows, it'll be super easy. You'll have a total bonus of 2. And all you need is a 21. If you want to add these ladders, you might be able to find a way to conjure enough ladders and tie them together that you can forgo the check. Maybe if you tie it, if you make the, you know, instead of like a climbing check, it'll be like a rope use check to lash the ladders together properly, sort of thing.
I don't have rope use.
Someone has rope use? Anyone?
No.
Well, you're not going to lash the ladders very well together then, since you only have pedestrian rope skills.
Fuck it, I guess I'll have to go up the window then.
You're gonna go up the window? Okay.
Try and be stealthy.
I mean, if we've made a distraction, then it should be enough to not be people looking out the window.
Are we gonna do the distraction? Yeah.
We wait for the distraction, then you go up the wall.
All right then. Let's just hope we don't get people running around looking out the door. Yeah. Do the distraction at the front, not the back then.
Yeah, I'm doing it whatever the opposite side to you is, right?
Okay.
So we'll be there going like, okay, give it 30 minutes. Then set the distraction off. We'll wait for the signal and then go.
Okay.
Wait for honk.
Okay. So if you're going up the windows, and you're gonna go slowly up the windows, then that's gonna be plus 11 minus 4 for a total of plus 7, which means you literally cannot fail unless you roll a 1.
Right.
All
Shall
right.
I roll that now then?
Well, yeah. So you gotta wait for Sarah to go off in a different direction and blow the horn of blasting.
Let's see what happens first.
I'm also taking a horse. Just
Cool.
saying.
That's cool.
Yep, I think the mount spell has probably worn off by now anyway.
Mouse spell is multiple days.
Oh no, it's 1 day per level.
Take,
Yeah, you got it. You're fine.
She would take the one that she took originally,
Right.
so not mine.
Right. Okay, so where do you... I guess you wait for the horn of blasting to go off. Sarah, where are you going to go blow this horn?
Like opposite side of wherever Maya's trying to climb. But
That's in town then.
I guess in the forest next to.
Okay.
Is that far away? Like, you know.
Let's say you've got the
Does
town,
the forest end? Yeah.
and then maybe like 100 meters from town is the estate, and then she's going to be on the opposite side of the estate. So
They'll hear that. It's
Yeah.
a horn of blast.
Yeah. Do
yeah. But you just be doing it in town
right
is the
next
problem.
to somebody's house, though. Like.
That's the question. You
Is
could
there a
blow
way I
someone's
can
house
sound
out.
it without somebody standing right next to it? I don't want to blast a house with it, you know?
Someone's like
Yeah,
field.
you could aim it down a road or into someone's field. I mean, either way, you're going to do property damage to something. Either to the
Yeah, I
road,
mean,
to a field, or to a house.
Well,
Or...
I'm gonna observe the road for a moment and see if anybody is there. And if not, I'm gonna ride up the road a tiny little bit. Attach the horse to like a, I don't know, to a stump or something where I can attach it to.
You could do it
doesn't,
directly up.
Run away. I don't want it to run away, right? So, and then I'm gonna sound the horn of blasting and blast at the road, I guess, behind me.
Right? Something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. All right, the horn of blasting goes off.
Roll D100.
Give
right?
me the 1D100. Everyone's favorite roll, and roll high.
54.
That's pretty good. I have to wait for my notes to open because for some reason I closed them at some point in time. Here we go. Akuban Knights.
Honk honk, motherfuckers.
Gear. Horn of blasting. No, where is it? It's in crypts. Where's my crypt notes? What? What?
It was Brutana's thing.
Brutana's horny horn of horniness.
What? No, that's not what it was called at all.
It was Brutana's crypt.
Yeah, it was
where
Britannia's crypt. Yes, most certainly. I just can't find my notes on Brutana's crypt.
Well, if you don't have it on your character sheet, Neal, then I guess it doesn't explode. This is me, guys. It was worth it. If I die here, it was totally worth it. No, I actually can't die from it because it doesn't explode on me. It just explodes in itself.
What? What is this nonsense? Where am I?
Yahoo. I like chocolate milk.
It's literally not here.
It is iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
Did I delete your notes? I would never do that.
You might have moved it onto our like party sheet.
Well, I guess they're dying this session, so I won't have use for the notes anymore anyways. Better put them into the bin.
Why don't we take a break? Because we've been 2 hours without one, Neal.
Has it been 2 hours without one?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
I am
difficult.
sorry. We should probably be at
really
ending
have
point.
to go to
All
the
right.
privy.
We're going to take a short break here while I dig up my notes, and we will be back for a short final segment. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.